As many of you know, I'm a big fan of going to movies. Love it. And of late, there's been a lot of good children's movies. There was one last year called Smallfoot. It's an animated one, I don't know if you saw it. There's one coming out this summer called The Missing Link. Both of those movies deal with this creature that is half human, half ape. As we know the creature, we call it Bigfoot or Sasquatch. Probably heard about that. Well, I've got bad news for you. Experts have recently revealed that all the reports about Bigfoot, all the sightings, all the things about Bigfoot are fake. They were all made up. There is no missing link. There never was a missing link. It started back in 1958, where this man discovered these big footprints and took a picture of them, and it really went far. But he died recently. Just before he died, he confessed to his kids that he made it himself. They're fake. He just meant it as a joke, but it just kind of went crazy after that. Or the two men who kind of distributed the film. There's a short series, it's like 7 seconds, about this big gorilla thing. In 1968, he's walking through the woods. It was revealed that the day before they revealed that film footage, they had rented a big gorilla costume. So experts say there never was a missing link. There never will be. Even though there are conventions about it, there's been a lot of spin-offs on TV shows and movies and on and on and on. You got to ask yourself, why do we even fall for that? Why do people even want to believe in something so odd? Well, there's a nature writer. His name is Robert Michael Pyle. And he says that we as humans, we just want to believe that we cannot control everything. We cannot control nature. That there are just some things beyond ourselves, things so mysterious, or I would even say things magical that we want to believe into. I think that's why the Harry Potter books and movies were so popular. People want to believe in something mysterious. Or right now on TV, there's the Game of Thrones, and people are loving that series again because it talks about what could be and dragons and magical. Well, I do believe in mystery. I believe in the mystery of, say, a good shepherd, like we're recognizing this weekend. The mystery of, like, a good shepherd who goes searching for a lost sheep. Just as God would go searching for you when you get lost. Or I believe in the mystery of a mother's love. I'd like to say, to do anything to protect the child. Fathers too, but it's Mother's Day, so we're going to focus on moms. And how moms continue to believe in their kids, even when they goof up and they get in trouble, moms continue to wish the best for them. I do believe in mystery, but mystery is not something we can't understand. That's just ignorance. Mystery starts with something we know, but that it invites us then to go further. Let me tell you. Like an example would be, say, like you're looking at a piece of art, like a painting. Then you look at it and you go away, and then you look at it again, and this time, oh, I'm seeing something different about it. Or when you watch your favorite movie, and each time you see it, you get something different from it, or you read that novel again. Or for some of you who love to go outside, especially you fisher people, there's just something about nature that invites us. We go outside and we're at the same lake, and there's something about that calmness or beauty that invites us to more depth, invites us to slow down. Or we go out and we walk in the woods, and each time it's like, oh, I want to go back there because there's something mysterious, something I learned, a deepness. Same thing like when you read a Bible verse. You might read it, and then the next year, even some years later, you come back to the verse, and you got a new understanding. It's like this opening of ourselves. Like, oh, I get it differently now. Well, I believe the same thing happens in relationships. The mystery of why anybody is friends or anybody is in relationship with somebody else. It's part of a mystery. Now, I would hope for some of you married people that you don't get stuck and say, oh, I know exactly what he's going to say. I know exactly what she's going to order at the restaurant. I know exactly what he's going to do. Hopefully you are open to the mystery of the other person. There's a phrase that I like, is that all of you married people are always in the process of becoming married. There's always a deepening. And I hope you never just take the other one for granted and say, I know exactly what's going on, as opposed to be surprised, to be open with the newness of whatever's going on. Same thing with friendships. That you're open to the depth of the friendship, as opposed to saying, yeah, I know exactly what this means, I know exactly what she's going to say. Same thing with your neighbors or even people from church. The worst thing is when we start labeling people or putting them into blocks and say, yeah, you're going to say this, or you're going to look like that, or do this. To be open. And we even do that with God, where we assume we know God's mind. We know, yeah, I know what God's going to say when I ask about this, or I know how God's going to react when I do about that. As opposed to open to be the mystery of how God is going to reveal God's self in your life today, or this time. Now, I do believe in mystery, but there's some things that are just fake. I think we got rumblings of Bigfoot all around us. But you know, Bigfoot doesn't exist. It just never did exist. And like, oh my gosh, what am I talking about? Look at this. Come up, Bigfoot. Come up here. Nah, that's just Ryan behind him. There you go. There is no Bigfoot. There is no missing link. But there is the mystery of God believing in you. It's what we celebrate at the Eucharist. When we receive the Eucharist, again, we receive that mystery of faith. That God says again, I believe in you even when you can't believe in yourself. That God continues to say, I forgive you even when you think you're not forgivable. For God says again and again, I love you. Even when you think you're not lovable. It's the mystery of God's presence in our lives. It's not magic. It's faith.